Hello there, creatures, and welcome to another stream. It seems to be biennial at this point. I think the last time I did one of these was 2023 with James Builds a Druid. So hopefully we can get a couple more in this year, and maybe it won't be 2027 before the next one. But today we're going to do what it says on the tin, and we are going to build a monk. I have zero experience with the monk class in 2e and very little in 1e aside from other people at the table playing it. So we're going to learn how a monk works today, or at least I'm going to try to learn how a monk works today. So we'll stream for about 2 hours, 10-minute break, an hour in, kind of the same as last time. I really like that setup. So we'll do a little bit of an introduction to the character. We'll build to level 5, give or take. We'll do a concept outline, background, gender, ancestry, and then maybe gear if we've got time. So we'll see how today goes. But thank you all for joining me. This is... hopefully we'll all learn something. And I guess we'll just dig right in. So we're going to be using a few tools today like we normally do. We'll be using the Pathfinder Wiki, Path Builder, Archives of Nethys, and the Abomination Vaults Player's Guide. So a little bit of mild spoilers for Abomination Vaults if you haven't played or you haven't looked into anything. If you see me go left, that's the YouTube chat. If you see me go up, I'll be looking at the Patreon Lounge channel in our Discord, and I'll be kind of prioritizing that over YouTube today. So if you're a Patreon, you've got any questions, feel free to hit me up. And if there are any issues with the volume, please let me know as soon as you can, and I'll do what I can to fix it. We see we've got Cam and Encounter This in the chat. I'm assuming that's Freeman. Lucium, nice to have you here. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it. So monk, I'm imagining this is going to be relatively straightforward. Strength of your fist. So monk punch. We know that. That's pretty easy. Last time I came in with kind of a battlefield role that I wanted to provide, a controller role. Today I don't really have that concept, so I guess we'll be learning that as we go as well, but we'll be taking some notes in my favorite ever program here, Excel. So we'll just have this kind of floating around off to the offside. And miscellaneous, we'll start with our, I don't even know where to put this. Maybe there. Oh, that looks fine. Okay, so we'll start under miscellaneous. We'll list our key attributes, which is great. Again, this is kind of a live stream, so we'll be throwing caution to the wind. So mechanical keyboard, movement in the background, you know, that kind of stuff. HP is 10 plus con, which is good to know. So we're probably, I mean, that's the same as everybody else. Few key terms on Archives of Nethys here. Flourish, incapacitation, key spells. Okay, so we can cast focus spells, which are probably my least favorite mechanic in 2e, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. Stances should be pretty fun. I'm really interested to see how those work, and we've got Freeman going in the chat to kind of help me out with those, and maybe Cam if we're really lucky. Well, let's just take a look here. Others probably... if you haven't taken a look at Archives of Nethys, it's fantastic. It's about as good of a digital resource for any RPG as I've ever seen, and probably about as good as exists out there. So we'll be using this mostly when we're looking at stuff. But skills 4 plus int, expert crossboard, pretty great. Unarmed and simple weapons. Simple weapons, good to know. All right. We'll start with, I guess we'll start with the ancestry in the background. As usual, I don't have any idea what kind of background I want. So if you've got any ideas, feel free to throw them into the chat and give us a little bit of a hand there. As well as ancestry. I'm kind of running a blank here. But let's start with the Abomination Vaults Player's Guide here. This is always great. It's coming together, Pantheon, and there should be backgrounds in here somewhere. Classes, here we go. Less helpful now that we already know what they are. Backgrounds, here we go. I'm being told it's not Lucium, it is Loot Chum. My apologies, I thought it was... No, never mind. Who knows what I thought? I don't speak Latin. Right, bibliophile. Love few things more than a good book. that could fit in pretty easily. Intercharisma, less than ideal, but you know, who knows? Arcane skill, library lore. Library lore could be helpful. Eldritch anatomist. Probably not that. Fogfen Taleteller. No, when I think Moic, when I think monk, I think stoic. Which, you know, obviously wouldn't lead me to a Taleteller. However, Titan Wrestler as a free skill feed is pretty wonderful. Market Runner. Maybe, you know, maybe if we want to go more of like a brawler or a pugilist style, we could do a Market Runner. Connor Charisma, Diplomacy, and Otari Skill, and Hobnobber. Hobnobber doesn't really interest me at all for this character. Rune Delver, that's a little more interesting. Dex and Intelligence, here we go. Acrobatics, Roseguard Lore, and Catfall. Catfall's interesting. Star Watch, possible, but probably not. Witchlight Follower. 2 ability boost, Dex and Wisdom, interesting. But doesn't really do it for me. Let's bookmark Rune Delver and head on over to Archives. So backgrounds, Rune Delver. Oh, and language is another thing I like to pull from this. There is somewhere in here. Here we go, Otari. They have the 4 most common languages here, so we can throw those in. That will be Common, probably Teldane, almost certainly Teldane based on its location. Elven Halfling, there we go. All right, let's just head on over to backgrounds and see where that takes us. Backgrounds, here we go. Let's see if anything jumps out. Okay, we are getting Taleteller for Drunken Monks. Yeah, okay, that's okay. All right, we'll throw in Taleteller. I like it. I like where that's going. And we do have an inn with the Rowdy Rockfish there, courtesy of Freeman, which is really cool. No, I'm gonna blow past a few of these. Acrobat is always interesting, but I believe one of our more recent characters has the Acrobat archetype, so we'll stay away from that. Alloy Smith, Amnesiac, Animal Whisperer, Anti-Tech. Archaeologist could be interesting. I'm always going to be drawn to that. Artisan could be interesting. Astrologer could be interesting. Probably not a back alley doctor. Or Blessed or Bookkeeper. Yeah, I know who it is, Cam. I didn't want to... I'm concerned about spoilers for the length of the campaign. That's why I'm not going to name any PC names as we're building this, except for maybe our first and possibly current. You don't know. PCs. Cultist, probably not. Dauntless, no. Deckhand, Dendrologist, definitely not. Deputy, Detective, Discarded Duplicates, Doomcaller. I don't know what that is, but let's check that out. It's rare, so probably not. Eagle Hunter. Eagle Companion. Okay, no, I'm good. I'll stay away from animal companions if I can. Emissary could be interesting. Entertainer, probably not. Faded Revival, Feral Child, Feybound, Fightbreaker. Diplomacy, Charisma. Let's dig into that. I'm interested to see what that's all about. Fireworks, Fortune Teller, Free Spirits could be... It feels too easy. I don't know why. It just feels too easy, so we're going to move past that for now. Haunted, Herbalist, Hired Killer, Hounded Thief could be interesting. Hunter, Junker, Laborer, Mechanic, Miner. Just a bunch of Osprey stuff. Pathfinder Recruit is always interesting. Pillar. Oh, that's Knights of Last Wall. It looks like exclusive. And I don't feel like shoehorning the Knights of Last Wall into this character. Pyretender. Reborn Soul, no. Returned, no. Royalty, probably not. Runaway Noble. Could be interesting. Might have something for that. Saboteur could be fun. Scout, Servant, Sheriff, Silk Farmer, Spellseeker, Spotter? Spotter, maybe. Probably not. I looked like that said Guns and Gears, but we'll see. Tinker, Toymaker, Trailblazer. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. It feels a little too real, but we'll see what happens. Traveling Gourmand feels way too real. Ward, Weaver, Willing Hosts. All right, let's start with those for now. Let's go back, circle back to the... circle back to that Taleteller. Monstrous things in the swamp. You've seen shit through the mist. No one in Otari believes your tales. Okay. All right. Might have a take on that. Archaeologists. Connor Intelligence, Society, Architectural Lore, Additional Lore. Worked as a laborer. No, I think monk. I think somebody secluded who's done, you know, that kind of cloistering and that practice. But that meditative practice could come from artisan. You know, maybe they're a glazer. Tailor could be interesting. I like artisan. I don't know why, but we're gonna put it in the list. Guild lore, crafting. Maybe they learn their trait at the monastery or something along those lines, or maybe they learned how to fight at the guild. That was kind of like a back end thing. Astrologer. Guide to Wanderlust. Living out the stars guidance. This could be like a roamer. What's astrology lore? Probably oddity identification. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's throw astrologer on there too. Probably should have come in with a more concrete plan and the ability to spell, but I think I got that. Doomcaller, rare, so we gotta be careful of that. Star lore. Stellar misfortune. A creature you can see is about to attempt a saving throw. Any d20 roll, really. You must be under the night sky within the stars visible. Nope, that kind of rules that out, considering we're in a giant dungeon dive, and it's rare, so we'll just pull the shoot on Doom. Emissary. Multilingual, society, and a lore skill related to a city we visited often. I like this because it would be pretty easy to plug in a character who's not from Otari as like an emissary. Maybe they are an artisan of sorts and they're a merchant acting as an emissary coming from a guild or from the monastery where they practice their trade or their craft or what have you. So emissary could be interesting. Cam's asking me what kind of monk am I thinking, and the truth is I'm probably thinking more of a brawler. I like the spiritual monk and the key stuff, but I find it less enticing right now, but I'm prepared to be corrected. I think I want to go with like a traditional pugilist. Maybe a little bit more in that, but we'll see what happens when we go down that road. We're just going to go through a few more backgrounds, and then we'll actually jump into the monk class itself and try and flesh that stuff out a little bit further. Fight Breaker. Your intonation Intuition, you can discern when violence happens. Wisdom and charisma, diplomacy, and a lore skill, and the group impression skill feat, which does... yeah, it's more of a social feats. I like Fight Breaker, but it seems to be a little more social, and as much as I am flavor over function, sometimes I don't think this is that flavor. Hounded Thief. Guns and gear, so not ideal, but we'll see. Stole something interesting. Life of adventure keeps us on the move. Dexterity and wisdom, interesting. Thievery, underworld lore, and the pickpocket. We could use somebody with a touch more thievery. It's not necessary for our current party dynamic, but it could be helpful. Let's move away from Hounded Thief. That's not screaming at me. Pathfinder Recruiter. The Recruiter could be interesting because this character will be starting at a higher level. I'm not going to give you the level because I'm afraid of spoilers of our actual play, which is Stemming the Tide. Also available here on YouTube. You should check it out if you haven't. If you haven't, I mean, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you found it, but I'd love to find out how, so throw it in the YouTube chat for us. Pathfinder Society is always on the lookout for talent, professionally trained to encourage new recruits, committed to expanding the Society's roster, wisdom and charisma with a free ability boost, diplomacy, lore, and again group impression, less than ideal, but thematically I kind of like this one. It would explain why a higher level character is showing up in Otari with tangentially very little connections. Getting some love for the brawler, the pugilist. Runaway noble. Many reasons for nobles to abandon their responsibilities. Genealogy is less than ideal. Bon mot could be interesting. Or bon mot. So this is a diplomacy check against the target's will DC, so I'd have to spec diplomacy. So we'll which could be kind of interesting. We don't really have a face character currently. We do have some characters who have better charisma than others, but I don't know if we have anybody specifically spec'd into diplomacy or even deception. So success penalties -2, critical success -3 to perception and will for 1 minute. I don't know how many perception savings we're going to be doing, but will saves could be interesting. Yeah, let's throw Runaway Noble on there. Again, I'm not really inspired by the current climate of Otari and how to bring in a a higher level character, 9th, 10th, wherever this character might come in. So speccing that into Otari, Scott's done a really good job with that, as has Cam in their most recent characters. So speccing this particular character into Otari is going to be a little more dubious for me because none of the residents currently really drive my interest in a way that some of my others have. You know, last time we looked at Whirlwind for the Druid Circle because it was a Druid, it had a built-in into Otari. So this is another one of those backgrounds that could explain why they have just shown up in Otari and are as powerful as they are. Otherwise, you know, what have they been doing, which is the big question. Saboteur, behest of a mercenary company or a military organization, knack for destroying things. Hammer strike or alchemical bomb. Strength through dex, free, trained in stealth, engineering lore, and concealing Ledgermane. What is yonder Ledgermane? Rather than hide an object somewhere the inspectors won't search, you are skilled at keeping an object on the move. You conceal an object of light bulk. You can use thievery instead of stealth for your checks, so you're just concealing an object with thievery instead of stealth, so you only have to spec in a 1 instead of the other. This is more of a sleight of hand thing, which is fine. I don't mind that. It fits with the Saboteur idea. And again, this is another kind of character concept that I think could have come from away. Somebody, maybe Lardis has brought in a specialist to help in case the gauntlet goes off either now or again in the future. And even with the engineering lore, they could, day job could be to help rebuild some of the town that's been destroyed or plant some barricades or something like that. And then at night, in a basement, planning a counterattack with Lardis in case the PCs fail or something like that. So that's speaking to me quite a lot. So we're going to throw that in there. And you know what? We'll even throw a little asterisk on it because I actually really like that idea. I don't love the idea so much as like with a fighter, like punch character comes in, builds bombs. That's kind of two diverse specialties, and it is interesting. But I think I'd prefer this with like a geomancer, like an evoker, somebody who's specialized in creation and destruction. Here we have Spotter. It's another background from Guns and Gears. Eye for detail, scouting lore, terrain, stalker. I see marksmanship, so I'm immediately out. For those of you who don't know, I don't like guns in my fantasy, so I just tend to ignore those classes and those archetypes. Unless we're talking about like crossbows. I think those are perfectly acceptable. But I know that firearms aren't anachronistic, but they feel anachronistic to me. Trailblazer, we've looked at this one a few times. You've explored territories. Connor Wiz, which is great. Survival, cartography, lore, and terrain expertise. Again, this doesn't really fit immediately with my idea for this character, and again, my idea is tenuous at best, so we're just going to X out of Trailblazer. We'll keep the backgrounds we've kind of looked at already: the Rune Delver, the Tale Teller, the Artisan, the Astrologer, the Emissary. You know what? We'll clear out Astrologer. We'll clear out Runaway Noble, and I think Pathfinder, Recruiter, Artisan, Tale Teller, and Saboteur are on my top list, and I know I like saboteurs quite a bit. Yeah, Lutrin, we do use Foundry, and I definitely could look at the party skills, but my computer, while capable of doing a stream in Foundry at the same time, has modest specs for other things, and I feel like it would crash. However, I'm also a little concerned about maybe giving you some spoilers for what's currently happening in our campaign, because we are not released to as far as we are recorded. So I'm just going to keep that off and try and keep those spoilers at a minimum. I do like the idea of replacing engineering lore to architectural lore, and my GM is in the chat, and anyone with a decent strength could have a connection to the Giant's Wheel. Yeah, that's a good idea, Freeman. Let's do it. Let's dive into the monk class, and let's get a better handle on where I want to take that class, and then maybe we can come back to the backgrounds. Monk details. Here we go. That's not what I want. Monk feats. No. There used to be a tab here that said monk builds, and it would kind of give you some ideas, but let's see where we go. Skill feats, general feats, incredible movement, mythic strikes, skill increase, ancestry feats, path to perfection, weapon specialization. Okay. This, I like this. This is pretty generalized and pretty broad strokes. There's not like, it doesn't appear to be like, all right, there's this type of monk and this type of monk. It looks like you spec into it with focus spells. So let's check those out. Well, let's check out how we get focus spells. Flurry of Blows is great. One action. Okay, first level and every even level, we get a monk feat after. Our fists are D6, easy. Skill feat at second level and every level thereafter. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's just the feat. So every other level, we're gonna have a feat. So let's check these out. Unearned attacks. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna want to go. I think we're gonna want to go stance heavy and see where this takes us. Crane. Your arms flutter like a crane's wings. Dragon stance. Throw it in the chat if you have a favorite stance that you like. Russian goat stance sounds pretty awesome. Headbutts, okay. Does these give more information? Yeah, okay, here we go. Crane stance, flutter like crane's wings. Dragon stance, powerful legs. Gorilla stance, knuckle dragger. Monastic archer stance. Yeah, we're not going to do archer stance. Monastic weaponry. Okay. Like weaponry, mountain stance, tech created by dwarven monks. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't they be dwarven? Rain of embers. Stance of... Okay. Stance the phoenix, reflective ripple stance, rushing goat stance. Crane is Cam's favorite. Tiger stance could be interesting. Okay, cobra stance from Luchum. Element. Okay, we are into wolf stance. Is number class 1. Stumbling stance. Okay, that looks like the drunken monk spec. Let's check that out. Okay, yeah, so this is it. Your stance mimics the movements of the inebriated. Bobbing, weaving, leaving false opens, deception. Agile backstabber is pretty good. Finesse is always great. Okay. I like that. Let's check out wolf stance here. Low to the ground, hands held like fangs. Agile backstabber, yeah, okay. When you're flanking a target while in wolf stance, unarmed attacks also gain the trip trait. Interesting. Okay, I can use this to trip even if I don't have a free hand, which I guess I technically would with the wolf jaw, because unarmed counts as having a free hand, I think. But this would lead me to believe otherwise. Let's investigate that a little further. Oh, here we go. Adds the weapon's item bonus to attack rolls as an item bonus to athletic checks. Okay, so that's what changes things. You're able to add your item bonus. So if you've got like a +2 to your hand wraps and mighty blows, you would add that to your athletics check. Okay, I like that. I like controlling movement and stuff like that. That's always fun. Enter the stance of a tiger. 1d8 slashing. Speed is also at least 20 feet, and you can step 10 feet. Mobility, okay. Mobility's fun. Mountain stance. Dwarven monks. 1d8 bludgeoning. +4 item bonus to AC. Oh my god. +2 to reposition, shove, trip, and other forced movements. Okay. And it is cumulative with armor potency rune and mystic armor. Okay, let me just make sure I understand what cumulative means, because that doesn't feel fair. Yeah, okay, I do understand what cumulative means. Okay, I mean, mountain stance has to be on the short list, right? Mountain stance. And I did like tiger stance, and I do like wolf stance. I like all of these so far. Monastic weaponry. Use melee monk weapons, which are... And then we'll use a filter here, see if we can filter by the monk trait. Monk, here we go. Staff, shuriken, bow staff, nunchaku, tonfa. Tonfa are a weapon that I trained with. Are tonfa any good? 1d4, they are not any good. They add anything to the defense? They do not add anything to the defense. Guitar's pretty fun. It's a little punch dagger. Knuckle dusters are exactly what they sound like. Sai are anti-sword weapons. Well, gardening tools turn anti-sword weapons. Tri-bladed guitar. Tri-bladed guitar is, you would know it if you've ever played Diablo 2, Kama. Common's interesting. I think I'd want reach if I'm going to go this way. Oh yeah, we got a fighting fan. 1d4 is pretty great. It is in the knife. And disguisable butterfly sword. I actually really like butterfly swords. Gokhan assassin's interesting. 1d4 though. Karaka. No. Sugurama. Yeah, that might be it. Well, it's still a melee. I would hook sword would be fun. I would really like something with some reach. Whipstaff could be interesting. 5 foot long staff, melee, bow staff, melee. Okay. Temple sword. I do like a temple sword. 1d8. Yeah, okay. Okay. Again, I was kind of hoping. Oh, I've been informed the Tonfa have the parry trait. Yeah, there they do. That's great. Okay, so maybe it is a like a tiger Tonfa monk. Yeah, +1 circumstance bonus to AC, which would stack with an item bonus. So okay, that's okay. And we have somebody asking about a meteor hammer. I don't know. Maybe that's further down. I don't know. I feel like we're getting into. Oh no, these are all just still level 0. Yeah, maybe it got renamed. Meteor hammer. No, I don't think I want to play anybody from Tianjia for obvious reasons. I guess I could play the White Outsider, but that doesn't feel great either. So, monastic weaponry could be interesting. I do like some of those options. What else we got? Reflective Ripple Stance. Water traits. Oh, okay, so it'd be like Tai Chi. Rain of Ember Stance. Biting Flames. Key spells we're just going to ignore, because again, I got no interest. Dragon Stance, huh? 1d10 bludgeoning, backswing, and non-lethal. We ignore the first square foot of difficult terrain. I know we got to make a decision here to move on, but this is what is Wolf Drag? Wolf Drag is rip your enemy off their feet, make a wolf jaw strike. Your wolf jaw gains the fatal d12 for the strike, and you knock the target prone. Holy shit. Aggro. What is Tiger Slash? Tiger Claw Strike deals 2 extra weapon damage dice. 3 if you're 14th level or higher. You can push. Okay. I don't love that as much as this. This is pretty gnarly. I do love being able to step 10 feet, but I think because we're going for a brawler, we're gonna go for power here. Okay, so we're gonna go with the wolf stance. We're gonna head on over to Path Builder here, and we're gonna go change our class to monk. Oh. Okay, that worked. And we're gonna go with the wolf stance as our first class feat. Done and done. Okay. Close out some of these. I like the Tonfa. I do like the Tonfa, but I like... I'm being informed there is a monk weapon, Sugurame, with reach. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Sugurame. The type is still melee. It does have reach, versatile bludgeoning. So I mean, maybe. I do like these quite a bit. They're pretty neat. I don't know why you'd be listening to just the audio of this, but if you are, it's essentially like a little tiny sickle with a butterfly sword guard and a mace on the end of a chain, which I guess is technically a flail at this point. But in this particular instance, in this culture, I believe it would be called a monkey's fist. But somebody with more information could definitely correct me on that. Right. Okay, so we know what we're doing. All right. So we got a monk. We got wolf stance. Right, let's head back to yonder backgrounds. Okay, Pathfinder, recruit, emissary, taleteller. Okay, so this would kind of fit in with a taleteller, right? So in this particular instance, they could be somebody who's come from away, moved, spending some time in Otari. Maybe they're a mercenary who's been hired to come and help out with these things like we talked about, hanging out in the Crook's Nook, But what would their motivation be for joining the party, right? Like, that's something I've also really got to consider. And I still don't know. I mean, it could be the gunslinger slapping on the guns for one last time. I'm a big fan of that storytelling device, but I have done that quite a bit previously. So I would like to do something I've never done before, and that kind of leads me back to the Pathfinder recruiter. This tough love coach figure, an Obi-Wan Kenobi who comes in with the ability to just put people in their place could be interesting. Hard-nosed, maybe a little more hard-boiled even character in that aspect. But I think I've played enough heroes in this campaign. So I'm really leaning towards somebody who's not a hero, somebody who is willing to just do what needs to be done to save Otari for whatever reason that might be. Maybe they're a descendant of the Rose Guard. Maybe they live nearby. I'm not 100% sure what exactly those motivations are, but I'm really, really liking the idea of just like this hard-punching, hard-hitting frontline saboteur, somebody who can get in and get out. So if that's the case, what we want to focus on is strength and dexterity, So we'll have to look at what kind of archetype we want, but I'm sure we could find an archetype to kind of complement that lone wolf, pardon the pun, Firefly from G.I. Joe type character, like a real proper hard-hitting martial artist saboteur. So because that's calling to me, I think that's the way we're gonna go. We're gonna go saboteur. We're gonna commit. Let's not do that. Let's grab saboteur. So this character has spent, maybe more time in Otari than we're aware of. They spend their time in the garrison, I think, planning with Longsaddle. Like this is a character that Longsaddle knew growing up, and they called them in because they know they're capable of doing whatever it takes to get the job done. So that's going to be the premise of this character. This is a character who can fight, can sabotage things, but their specialty is going to be getting things done. So that gives us our boost to thievery. That gives us lore engineering, and I don't mind even lore engineering. I wonder if there's more specifics for it on here. Let's just do lore. Maybe we can find something specifically. Yeah, exactly, Freeman. Clort's, or maybe it's Clort's old Aurorium buddy. But somebody, they've spent a lot of time around Otari. Engineering lore. Is there? Okay, no guidance on how to use engineering lore, but we can look into that. Maybe find engineering. Find a definition that's a little bit generous. Action of working artfully. Interesting. Branch of science, technology concerned with design, building, use of engines, machines, and structures. So This actually appears to be a little more broad than architecture. Architecture's specifically buildings, but engineering could be machinery as well, and engines and structures. So that's good. We could use that. Maybe somebody who understands how the physical act of the Gaunlight is exposed. But like our GM says, engineering lore would be up to him to decide how to use it, but that's okay. I think we can get creative with that. And maybe we can write away in the backstory where it's a little more specific and it's lore abomination vaults specifically. But let's tap into the backstory a little bit later. We have our background, we have our class. What's next in my format here? We got our background. Gender will just come to us naturally. Like I said last time, I never have a plan for gender. I always just kind of see what the character feels like when I've gotten to a point where they feel like something. And currently, this is still a little bit of a blank slate to me. Could definitely be male, female, dual gender, in between. Nothing really screams at me. So let's try to find an ancestry. Luchum mentioned they have a goblin idea, so hit me with that in the channel. Ancestries, here we go. Common is dwarf, elf, gnome, goblin, halfling, human, leshy, orc. Athamaru, Azarketi, catfolk, centaur. We're into the uncommon now. Fetchling, hobgoblin. I do really like the hobgoblin ancestry, so we'll use that. Kobold would also be pretty easy to write in based on the location in our current setup. Rat folk could be interesting. They're very clever. They're very small, so they can get in and out. Tengu could be interesting. Vanara could be interesting as well, but yeah, you know what? Let's look at the Vanara. I am going to ignore the rare ones for now, but as you all know, I might come back and look at Shuni. We'll see. We'll see where the day takes us. All right, hobgoblin. Military structures, like they're a very militant ancestry. They're taller and stronger than their goblin kin, which is great. What are our boosts here? 70 years age, great. Military hierarchy, so that would explain how they know these things, how they know where specifically to place explosives. Maybe that's the extent of their engineering lore, is just how to destroy things, and that I could just play that in character. Faith has little place, interesting. Disdain for arcane magic, which again plays into the saboteur a little bit harder. Maybe I could even take a little alchemist dip. We'll see when we get to archetypes. Patience. Flaw is attributes. Con intelligence, or flaw is wisdom. Con intelligence and free is interesting. That's none of these are the two we're going to be looking at, I think. So let's check out the Ysoki. Flaw is strength. Nope, let's just bounce out of that. Tengu. Boost is dex and free. Here we go. Low light vision. Here we go. Sharp beak. Interesting. Beak is in the brawling category. Has the unarmed trait and finesse and 1d6. Here we go. Might be a punch bird. We'll see. Survivalists and conversationalists. Equally at home wilderness. So that could explain what they've kind of been doing. Blade crafting. Little less relevant to the character build. Rich history of artisanship. Which, if we wanted to dip out of Saboteur and play a less, rough and tumble, grizzled, anything at all or anything winning at all costs kind of monk, we could look at a Tengu. But I think they're probably not. I think these are a little more bubbly than the character I want to play, and I'm already playing a character. I have played a character that started out, bubbly and upbeat, and has been grizzled by the weight of the world. So I think I just want somebody who enjoys it, takes pleasure in the bang, something a little more chaotic. So let's check out the Vanara. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Inquisitive, mischievous. Good. Self-betterment and self-expression. Interesting. Let's check out the stats. Dexterity and free, 25 feet. Good. Flexible tail. Good. Oh. Well, you know what? Maybe there's an ancestry feat to be able to use the tail as to manipulate actions or something like that. Climbing tail, white cape, darting monkey, jungle reaver, tail snatch. No, it's just a disarm. No, okay. Let's put that on the short list. Goblin. Gotta look at the goblin. Eccentric, enthusiastic, fun-loving. Yeah, Could work. Small. Flaws wisdom, which, conventional wisdom would tell one not to make explosives or to sabotage things. So that's not bad. I'm being asked to look at Minotaur and Uruxi, and I have looked at Uruxi before, and I do already have an Uruxi in the pipe. But I will look into that. Let's check out Minotaur first. I'm assuming they're under rare. Oh, maybe they're not. Yeah. All right, Minotaur. Uncommon. Okay. Express themselves through crafts more than words. Stoic. Yeah, that fits Luchum. Charisma flaw, I'm fine with that. Strength, con, and free, I am totally good with that. Jotun, I'm good with. Dark vision, I am good with. And horns as deadly as spears, I'm good with. All right, let's... I mean, that's got to go on the short list, right? Minotaur, Uruxi, Hobgoblin, Gobbo, Tengu. I mean, it'd be silly if we didn't actually dive into the Uruxi, which should be... Here we go. Intelligence, strength, wisdom, free, and I know that they've got good feats for their tail ability. Crocodile's twin, lightning tongue is a great one. Spirit coffin. Oh, attack and trap spirits. What the heck? Bone magic. I mean, yeah, on the short list for sure. But I don't know. That Minotaur was really interesting. I think I'm overplaying small characters, though. I like the juxtaposition of the gravitas of a small character who's just smash. Vanara will get. Let's check out the Hobgoblin feats. Then we'll go back to the Minotaur feats. Sneaky, stone face, vigorous health. Hobgoblin weapon familiarity. Adding a glaive to my repertoire could be pretty fun. Alchemical scholar. Here we go. This would allow me to spec into crafting, specifically alchemical crafting, without having to actually take the alchemist and archetype. Shit, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, Minotaur. Let's check the Minotaur feats. Eye for masonry, friendly nudges. You can athletics check to shove an ally. Keen nose is fun. Weapon familiarity. Again, I get out of glaive, which I'm always here for. Pantheon magic. Yeah, I definitely don't need more things to do. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go Hobgoblin. We're gonna go Hobgoblin. I like it. Actually, you know what? Let's check Orc, because Orc was another one that I was interested in for this particular build. Orcish, 2 free ability boosts. Yeah. Specifically, Orc's been on my mind because D&D seems to have removed them from the monster manual, and they're now just a PC race. So, looking a little deeper at them here is fun for me. Okay. Jagged Tusks, Brawling Group, Finesse and Unarmed Traits. I mean, that's pretty cool. You can only retrain out of the feat by destroying your tusks somehow. 1d6 piercing, so that would give me some versatility. You know what? We're gonna go Hobgoblin for now. If this character ever sees the light of day, it's possible that there'll be a Minotaur or an Orc or an Aruxi, but today we're going Hobgoblin, and we're just gonna grab that Alchemical Scholar Ancestry feats and start with Alchemical Crafting, I think. Let's check out the Hobgoblin feats and see what we can come up with. Not feats. Heritages. Elf's Bane. Magical effect, reaction. Yeah, okay. Runt Boss, command goblins. Shorter. We can ride Smoke Worker. Your family have been alchemists, engineers, and scientists for generations. Automatically can succeed at the DC 5 flat check. I mean, it's got to be that, right? It's got to be Smoke Worker, I think. It just fits. I mean, Steelskin is pretty excellent, but it is technically legacy content. War March. Yeah, that's fine. Warren Bread. Your ears are larger. When you target an opponent that is concealed or hidden, reduce the flat check to 3 for a concealed or 9 for a hidden one. If you succeed on acrobatics check to squeeze, you get a critical success instead. Yeah, Smoke Worker. Yeah, it's easy, you know? Keeps us going, keeps us moving. Right. Great. Free archetype happens at 2nd level, so let's do some ability scores here. I mean, strength and dex, strength and dex are pretty easy. Con makes a lot of sense, and crafting is intelligence, I believe. Skills. It's amazing how much just kind of goes in one ear and out the other, you know. Yeah, recall knowledge, crafting, intelligence. Yep. Okay. So we got strength, con, dexterity, and intelligence. We'll keep wisdom our dump and charisma a 0. And if we can get the chance to dump that, we will later on. So there we go. That's great. And skill training, we're going to train in crafting. We are definitely training in athletics. We're already trained in thievery. So let's train in stealth. And what else? Intimidation feels right, but let's do acrobatics, intimidation, and society. You know what? Why not? We'll do society. It's possible that I'll come back and change these around a little bit later as we get a little bit deeper into the build. But we're coming up on an hour here, so we're just going to take a quick little 10-minute break, and we'll be back, and we will build level 2, select an archetype, build level 3, build level 4, level 5, and if we can, we'll go all the way up to 9, depending on how much time we got left, and maybe look at some gear. So be back in about 10. And we are back. We are building a monk. So if you're just joining us or if you've joined us recently, we have decided that it's going to be the Hobgoblin ancestry, the Saboteur background, the Smokeworker Hobgoblin heritage, and we're going with the Alchemist Scholar ancestry feat and the Wolf stance. So the premise behind this character so far is that they are just a badass lone wolf saboteur akin to something from G.I. Joe. Specifically, this from G.I. Joe. This is Firefly the Saboteur. He works for Cobra, he works with Cobra, not for Cobra, regardless of what this packaging says. He was played by the late, great Ray Stevenson in the last G.I. Joe live action that wasn't the Henry Golding Snake Eyes thing that we just all ignore happened. So, back to it. One thing I do want to kind of figure out at this point is what's this character's kind of whole jam, and I've settled on like a Firefly from G.I. Joe saboteur kind of character. So that means this character at 9th level had to have come from somewhere and had some sort of connection to Otari. And I mentioned it a little bit so far that I think the best connection in my mind is Lardis. I like the idea that as soon as the first gauntlet went off, Lardis, being the smart NPC that he is, called in a backup plan, a contingency plan. And that will have to do with this character. This character will be some sort of Hobgoblin saboteur that, maybe they're a mercenary, maybe they're an old friend of Lardis. That's something Freeman and I can figure out in the off screen. We'll just kind of figure out everything else about this character today to the best of our abilities. The other thing is we usually need 2 connections to Otari. That's just based on how we've set this up. So I think Lardis will definitely be one of them, and we'll have to think about the second one. And I'm thinking maybe it's Tamley Tanderville. I'm not 100% sure on her history, but what we do know is that she has flown specific colors, and maybe she's run up against this character in the past, maybe on opposite sides of a conflict or something along those lines. So we're just going to do a little bit of a search here on Lardis. So we're going to jump over to Pathfinder Wiki, and spoilers on this website. If you're on this website as a player, you're something's going to get spoiled, and that's not fair to you or to your GM. So be very, very careful if you're ever on. So I just went directly to the Otari page, and we're going to look up Lardis and see. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing there regarding his history, so let's just do a Control F. Okay, here we go. His curse-laden tirades are legendary. He's inclined to issue short jail sentences for minor infractions. Conversely, heroes who catch criminals earn a rare, though often short-lived, position on his good side. So we know that he's not a great guy, but he's one of those, or at least the way Freeman has played him so far, he's an anything at any cost kind of guy. And I think that'll fit right in with this Hobgoblin. So we will jump back over here, and again, no more information on Lardis or his history, so we'll figure that stuff out off camera. I'm certainly not going to do it live with Freeman in the chat. So thank you for being here, and thank you everybody who's watching this. We got a few viewers today, which is really neat. So that's going to be our overarching guiding star. They are a shadowy saboteur, moves fast, hits hard, makes things explode. So we're going to dip into level 2 here, and this is going to be where we select our free archetype, but let's start with an ability boost, and no, I lied. Let's start with the class feat and see where that takes us. So we could get Crushing Grab or Stunning Blows. 2 strikes from Fury of Blows. You can try to stun the creature. Either strike hits and deals damage. It's a Fortitude against class DC or stunned 1. This is incapacitation effect. So incapacitation is less than ideal, but it could work. Let's find that real quick. Oh, these are 4th level, 2nd level spells. Crush and Grab is an interesting one, as is Stunning Blows. Stunning Blows, incapacitation is... Any creature more than twice the spell's rank treats the result of their check to prevent being incapacitated by the spell as 1 degree of success or better. So at 9th level, it would have to be an 18th rank, I guess, for this to be incapacitation. But that doesn't feel right. Spell has incapacitation trait. I don't see a list for anything not involving a spell, which is weird because it specifically says, oh no. If any other effect has the incapacitation trait, just read the end of the paragraph, James. A creature higher level than the item, creature, or hazard gains some benefits. Okay. What are those benefits? Probably under Stunning Blows. Here we go. Stunned 1 on a fail, or stunned 3 on a critical fail. This is an incapacitation effect. Is this just for spells? I mean, it can't be, right? Because there are feats down here. And items. Well, there are spells. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that further because this doesn't tell me enough. All right, we got Cam coming to the rescue. So if it's higher than CR9, it does get a degree of success higher. Okay, that's good. That's what we need. So if this is a 9th level character, if they're a 10th level creature, they get a degree of success higher. But Stunning Blows is a... it doesn't say what type of action it is, unless I'm losing my mind here. Stunning Blows. Here, I guess it's just a free action, or just a free effect. So let's... Yeah, there's no action economy here, so it's got to be just a free effect. So if I hit these two... if I hit twice the same target, they'll make a Fortitude save. So yeah, okay, we're going to go with Stunning Blows. I do like Tiger Stance, but I think I just want to stick with one stance for now. Bludgeoning. When you successfully grapple a creature, you're dealing bludgeoning damage. With this character, we're gonna wanna put him on the ground pretty quickly. So yeah, let's do Stunning Blows. Right. Let's do skill feat after the archetype. Yeah, we do have a little bit of clarification in the chat. So they would have to be 1 level higher than my class level because it's a class trait. So if I'm level 9 and they're level 10, they would get the degree of success higher, which is great. Thank you very much, chat, for clarifying. And I'm hearing that if either strike hits, I get it. Yeah, okay. So it does say if either strike. So yeah, this is free. This is great. We'll just stick with Stunning Blows, and let's find an archetype. Hit me in the chat if you've got an archetype that you think would fit for this. I mean, obviously, Alchemist is pretty easy to look at based on what I'm thinking here. We are already trained in crafting. We gain Quick Alchemy. So, Quick Alchemy means good things. With a special action. And we can create versatile vials during our daily preparations. Okay. So we would make versatile vials in our daily preparations, and then we would use quick alchemy to turn that into what have you. Anything from our alchemical crafting book, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, advanced alchemy benefits are okay, just a little bit faster, it looks like. Dig into that more if it becomes a real archetype that we want to look at. So let's just go to all archetypes. And I'm being told Demolitionist looks good, so let's check that out. I do like Assassin. Artillerist could be interesting. We've already kind of passed on Archaeologist. Assassin, Avenger, two aggro. Beastmaster, Blessed One. Blood Rager, Bright Lion. Butterfly Blade. Okay, I mean, I said I didn't want to be from Tianjia, but this could be interesting. 4th level dedication feat, though. Trained in one of Goka's oldest traditions. So we'd have to select another archetype first, twice, I think. Celebrity, Chrono Skimmer, Claw Dancer. No. Corpse Tender, Crystal Keeper, Cultivator, Cursed Maelstrom, Dandy, Demolitionist. Here we go. Legacy content, but fuck that. Guns and gears, so yeah. You know, we'll okay. You know how to set explosives to cause the maximum possible damage. Trained in engineering lore, which you already have. 2 actions to set explosives. You have 1 or 2 bombs in hand. You can attach the bombs to an inanimate object within your reach. These bombs explode at a specific time you determine after your next action at the start of your next turn, dealing splash damage to the inanimate object. Ignores amount of object's hardness equal to my level, not the object's level, which is important. Any creature adjacent takes splash. Okay. I mean... 4th level is Demolition Charge. 1 minute. We can attach between 1 and 4 bombs to an inanimate chest. To an inanimate object. Reaction to activates. Creature moves into the hazard space. So, okay, this would be like planting and kiting, which could be pretty interesting. Safety. When you have cover from a bomb, gain resistance. You throw an alchemical bomb with a splash trait, you can cause the bomb to deal splash damage equal to your intelligence modifier instead of the normal amounts. Okay, that's a pretty good 6th level feat. Explosive entry. I just like the name of that. So, okay, yeah, I mean, that's going to go on the short list. Let's check out Butterfly Blade. Yeah, 4th level dedication and spoilers from the Ruby Phoenix, which I do want to play someday, so I'm just gonna pull the chute on that pretty quick. Dragon Disciple, Dual Weapon Warrior, Duelist, Eldritch Detective, Archer, Researcher, Exorcist, Sage, Fan Dancer, Firebrand. I mean, Fireworks Technician could be like the cover, you know. 5 Breath Vanguard, Flexible Spellcaster, Folklorist, Game Hunter, Geomancer, Ghost is always fun. I could just be a ghost. Gladiator, you know, that would be a great one if we went with that Minotaur old buddy of Clort's. Golem Grafter. But again, dedication 8th level feats. Grey Gardener could be interesting. Yeah, it's a vigilante thing though. Necromancer, no. Harrower, no. Hell Knight, no. Armiger, no. Herbalist, no. Horizon Walker, Juggler, Nitro Clement, Vigilant, Lastfall Sentry, Lich. Interesting. Linguists, also interesting. Lion Blade, here we go. This is interesting. Maybe they're a fallen Lion Blade. living monolith, living vessel, lore master. Lore master could be interesting. Would fit with them. Yeah, I don't know I guess I gotta figure out if they learned their trade in like a monastery, if they learned it on the streets. I was always kind of thinking in the streets, you know, like a street fighter, like a brawler. It was more we'll see about that. Overwatch, no. Pathfinder, no. Pathfinder Initiate, no. Pathfinder Agent, Pirate, Pistol Phenom, Poisoner, Provocateur. No, probably not. Duelist, Reanimator, Assassin, Ritualist, Rune Lord, Rune Scarred, Scout, Scrolls, Scrounger. Maybe Scrounger. Scrounger could be interesting. Sentinel, Seneschal, Shadowcaster, Shield Marshal, Sleepwalker, Snarecrafter, Soul Forged, no. Sterling Dynamo. What a good name. Sterling Dynamo Prosthesis. Okay. Stone Brawler. Yeah, I mean, we got to look at that. Stone Bound. Yeah. Student of Perfection. Could be interesting. Uncommon, though. Swarmkeeper, Sword Master. Probably not. Talisman Dabbler. Time Mage. Trapsmith. Trick Driver. Undead Slayer. Nah, none of these make my heart sing. Vindicator. No. Well, maybe. This is the Inquisitor, Wandering Chef, Warrior of Legend. Where creature could be fun. Winged Warrior, Wormcaller. I did once build a Monk Wrestler. So maybe, but that was a whole other thing. All right, let's check out. So that's the Demolitionist, Fireworks Technician, okay. With a home region of Sienja or Vudra. Okay, I mean, we can make that happen. We are training crafting. Learn the secrets of making fire, sound, boom, fireworks lore, alchemical crafting, which we have. Special fireworks, comet, flower, salute. No, that's too much work. Lion Blade, trained in spy service of Taldor, secrets of disguise, manipulating crowds, deceiving magic users. One of the Lion Blade's elite shadow schools. Okay, I mean, we can be from Taldor. That's fine. We can change one of our skills to performance. That's fine. Become trained in deception or stealth and espionage lore. Okay, good. Lost in the crowd. Moved to +2 to sneak at a crowd. Crowd mastery. Yeah, expeditious advance. Spy masters. Countermeasures. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Let's check out Lore Master. Vast repertoire. Bardic lore class feats. I mean, I don't hate that. Etude. Oh, Enigma Muse, so we can't have that. Magical edification. You've learned the tidbits of magic that are more magic. No, I'm good. Martial artist. I mean, this is kind of what we are already. This is just a monk thing. Power punch stance. No. Crane stance. Yeah, I mean, this is just more monk stuff. We am monk. All right, Mauler. Knock enemies to the sides into the ground. That's good. Specialize in melee weapons that require 2 hands. Nope. Oozemorth. Hmm. Trained in occultism and ooze lore. +2 circumstance bonus to reflex saves from being engulfed and to escape after being engulfed. Penalty to diplomacy. All right. I mean, none of that's saying no. Disturbing defense. Your internal organs and blood vessels have changed. You gain resistance to precision damage equal to 2 plus the number of class feats from Ooze Morph archetype. Oh my. DC or flat checks is 13 rather than 15. I like. Hideous ululation. I'm not familiar with that word. Your throat has multiple separate chambers that give your voice an eerie echo. You can be clearly heard at distances up to 300 feet, and yeah, that's fine. I do kind of like this one though. You can cause your eyes to liquefy and run out of your sockets. Oh my god. Blinded for the duration instead of... okay, I mean, Vacate Vision feels like the right name for that. You can connect with oozes. I mean, this one's just for me. Yeah, Luchim is saying that Mahler would work with the Suragame, which is an excellent point and very interesting. Scroungers I can craft without appropriate tools or workshop. Don't need a formula book. Craft a temporary item out of anything, it looks like. Reverse engineering. +2 to crafting checks to reverse engineer a formula or an item. That's fine. We don't find too much of that stuff. I don't mind it. I don't. Stone Brawler. Here we go. Most Stone Brawlers view rocks as a tool to be utilized in the heart of battle. Stone Strike Stance. Have to be on the ground, enter the stance, and draw upon the living rock. Encase our fists in stone and make Stone Strike attacks. 1d8 bludgeoning, forceful, magical, and unarmed. No, I want to stick with the wolf. I like that one. Student of Perfection. Powerful Fists. Which I have. Okay. House of Perfection. Become trained in athletics, acrobatics, and warfare lore, which we can already retrain. You gain the Key Strike Monk feat. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Perfect Strike Key Spell. We can reroll the missed attack as a reaction. Monastic Weaponry at 4th. I mean, this is Perfect Key Adept. I mean, it's hard to write this one off immediately, even though I don't really want to dick around with focus points. Let's check out other Hobgoblin heritages. Maybe we're coming around. War March, Steel Skin. I mean, I like this. Flat check to recover from persistent damage is 13 or DC 8. Card, Scut, or Burned. Maybe that's it, and we just spec into Alchemist instead of using the other stuff. Almaray. All right, Heaven Seeker. By request of Freeman, Challenge of Sky and Heaven. I think that's Yalmary or Hail Mary. Gained. Okay, so we can select this, it looks like. We are not. Oh, this is a dedication 4. Okay, so we'd have to start with Student of Perfection and then move into this at 4th level. Key Rush, Key Strike, Refocus, Heaven's Thunder, Electricity and Sonic, Heaven Stance. Yeah, maybe. I kind of like Lion Blade. 10-foot speed, you know. I mean, the 4th through 6 is kind of whatever. But Espionage Lore is kind of cool. It fits. Yeah, obviously I don't care about this or Crowd Mastery. Except for this. Treat all squares occupied by a crowd as if they were occupied by an ally within 5 feet. Oh, okay. So you'd have to be in a crowd. This is some Assassin's Creed shit here. Okay, so we'll dip off that. As much as I like Oozemorph, we'll dip off that. So Student Perfection, Demolitionist, or Alchemist, I think is what we're looking at here. Archetypes. Words are hard. Alchemist. Quick Alchemy. Create 4 versatile vials. 4 common alchemical items for our formula book. Advanced Alchemy. 1st or 2nd Alchemist feats. Let's check out the 1st or 2nd level Alchemist feats. Fire Lobber. I like that. 30 feet instead of 20. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Not feeling this. I love the concept we've got brewing here, but I'm not feeling the makeup. And the actual battlefield roles, I'm not really feeling. So we might have to go back and change the Saboteur and lean into some other stuff. But I like the idea. I'm just not liking how it's playing out particularly. I mean, Demolitionist is really, really cool. So, if I go with something like Alchemist or Demolitionist, it would be quick alchemy, throw a bomb, run in, and attack, and then second action or second round, that would be, flurry of blows, stunning fist, wolf stance, those kind of things. So it would just be kind of an opening volley thing, and the idea would be to close that gap as fast as possible. So it could work. There is room for it. Yeah, I've been told mutagens and stuff like that, but it seems the alchemist archetype is. I mean, I guess I could focus on mutagens. Yeah, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back here, and we're going to get rid of this Ancestry feat, and we are going to go with... no, we want... not Smoke Worker, we want... actually, no, we do still... no, we're going to go with Steel Skin, because I like that better. I don't know why that just keeps happening. And then we're going to change out the Ancestry feat. Reincarnation? Oh no. Remorseless Lash. I guess I'll throw you guys back here. Sneaky. 5 feet farther in the sneak action, Stone-Faced. Vigorous Health. clip. No. Sneaky. Yeah, you know what? Let's go sneaky. That's good enough for me for now. And then down here under free archetype, we're just gonna roll straight into alchemist, and then we can look at some mutagens as well as explosives, and try and explore all avenues of the alchemist to the best of our ability. So skill feats and skill training. Where are we at here? So we're crafting, lore engineering. What does the alchemist dedication give us? +2 intelligence, which we have. If you're already trained in crafting, we are training the skill of our choice. We gain quick alchemy, so let's pull crafting off here and throw it into I don't know, deception. That feels fine. And then down here, this should give us crafting. So if we get a level 2, it's not for some reason. Okay, we'll figure that out. Okay, so we'll just take, there we go, crafting. Level 2 boost will do, crafting is intelligence, I think, so let's up the dex for those ranged attacks. Skill feats, this is where shit just kind of falls off the cliff. I never know what to pick for this stuff. Glean contents, hefty hauler, improvised tool, pickpocket? No. Quick coercion, quick repair. Read lips, secret speech, skill training, slippery prey. Tattoo artists, Titan wrestler. Here we go. Done. Easy. Always take Titan wrestler. Okay, that's level 2 sorted. So we're good there. All right, level 3. Skill in. Let's do the ability boost. Let's do ints. Perfect. We'll do the skill increase that comes from int, and let's see what we can do here. Let's athletics to expert, easy, and we will add in. What do we want? Diplomacy. No, they're not really gonna be a face character. Medicine. Let's do survival. Sure. Perfect. All right. Selected skill. Select special. What does this mean? Oh, automatic bonus progression. Okay. Athletics feels right. Oh, okay. So this is a monk thing. Okay. So we'll deal with that in a sec. General feats. Armor assist, assurance, breath control. Breath control could be interesting. Catfall could be interesting. Die Hard is always good. Eyes of the City. We can track creatures in settlements. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Improvised repair. Incredible initiative. Quick coercion, quick repair, quick jump. If you do... Okay, so you can use 2 actions instead of a single action and not do the stride. Rapid Mantle's good. Reveal true name is good. Slippery Prey is... Yeah, Slippery Prey. Easy. Okay, so let's bounce back over to Monk here. I think it's probably going to end up being class anyway, but let's see what happens here. It is called 3rd level, select a skill. Mythic Strikes, maybe that's what it is. General feats, incredible movement, so it's 10 feet to my movement. Mythic Strikes. Unarmed attacks are magical. That's great. Skill increases. Great. I think we use an automatic bonus progression. I wonder if does this go away if I change that? No, it doesn't. Okay. All right. I don't know what that's. Okay, so we gain +1 potency for automatic bonus progression, I guess. Skill? I don't know. That's new to me. I have never seen that before. Okay, that took it away. Anyway, all right. I'm being begged not to take a skill feat as a general feat. All right, let's take a look at the general feats then. Breath control, die hard, fast recovery isn't bad. Bust health, toughness. Let's do incredible initiative then. Get this character moving fast in combat. All right, level 4 ability boosts. Strength 4K now. We've kind of maxed out strength at this point. Advanced alchemy, basic concoction, advanced alchemy. This just gives us the alchemical crafting feat. Okay, so we can create consumables without the normal cost or time expenditure. Basic concoction is a first or second level alchemist feat. So let's take a look at the alchemist feats. Level 1, 2, 2. Right. I do really like Far Lobber already. I do really like Quick Bomber. Oh, one action. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say no to that. Vivifying mutagen. Okay, so that's like creating a heal palm. Alchemical familiar, absolutely not. Let's do chemical crafting feat. Okay, here we go. Craft 4 to our intelligence modifier. Yeah, we're gonna do basic concoction. And then we're gonna do, I think, Quick Bomber. Just one and done. Here we go. All right, back to skill feats. Sign language. Yeah, okay. I mean, Slippery Prey makes the most sense. If we're gonna be up there, let's just make it happen. And our final ability boost will be Con. Yeah, that feels right. And we've already increased athletics. Let's bring crafting up to expert. Easy. Ancestry feat. Okay, here we go. Here's the fun shit. When you successfully demoralize an enemy, 1d4 mental damage ends if creature loses the frightened condition or is more than 30 feet away from you. I like. Recognize ambush. Interact to draw a weapon. Runt stage. Okay, this is the first level goblin feats. Let's do... Well, what's my... Demoralize is intimidation. Yeah, you know what? Let's do Agonizing Rebuke. Or maybe not. Let's think about the action economy here for a second. I cannot imagine carrying a weapon. I mean, it could be interact to draw a bomb, which is fine, but I've already got the quick bomb. That way we, yeah. So Agonizing Rebuke would be a Demoralize. Okay, 1d4 mental damage is great. So Demoralize would be one action. Flurry of Blows would be two actions. And then I guess a follow-up strike or a trip, or maybe it's a trip and then a Flurry of Blows. Probably a trip and then a Flurry of Blows if this character's up. Yeah. Let's take Agonizing Rebuke. Actually, you know what? Let's see what Runt stage looks like. Maybe there's a cool goblin feat. Okay. Adopted Ancestry. Which isn't here for some reason. Oh, here we go. Adopted Ancestry. Goblin. Here we go. Alchemical Scholar, Burn It, Goblin Lore, Goblin Scuttle, Goblin Weapon Familiarity, Junk Tinker. Stoneface, very sneaky. Move 5 feet farther when you take the sneak action. It does fit a little bit. Burn It. Spells and alchemical items that deal fire damage gain a status bonus equal to half the spell's rank or 1/4 of the item's level bonus. You gain a +1 status bonus to persistent fire damage you deal. Yeah, I mean, that feels right. Okay. So we're going to go with Runt Stage, Goblin Ancestry, and Burn It for our 5th level Ancestry feat. We also get Expert Strikes, Expert Perception. All right. Easy. Let's just move this on to level 9. Class feat, level 6. 1-inch punch. Spend 2 actions in the strike hits. You deal extra die of weapon damage. You'd spend 3 actions to perform an even more powerful attack. So that would be a second additional die. So if it's 1 die, this would end up being 3 die with 3 actions. Okay. Water Step. Wolf Drag. Oh, it's got to be Wolf Drag. Rip the enemy off their feet to make a Wolf Jaw strike. Your Wolf Jaw gains the fatal D12 trait for the strike. And if the attack succeeds, you knock the target prone. Yeah, Wolf Drag. Easy. Archetype. Here we go. Advanced Concoction. Voluminous Vials increased to 5. Let's do that. That way I don't have to pick another Alchemist feat right now. Okay. Skill feats. I never know what to pick for these. Chat. Skill feats. What do you got? Because I'm running on empty. Say that again. I kind of... Yeah, I mean, Vicious Critique, tweak appearances. This is always what happens. I never go hard into one skill, so I always have a hard time finding the right Skill feats. Communal crafting. No. No, but maybe. Bonmo, bargain hunter, charlatan, courtly graces, dubious knowledge, experienced professional. When you lore. Yeah, all right, Cam. We'll take quick jump. Easy, done. Level 6 skill feat, quick jump. All right, level 7 ability boost. We'll do strength again just to get that up to 5th. Skill increase. Here we go. Athletics or crafting. It's gotta be athletics. Gotta be athletics. All right, general feats. See what we got on the higher level. Weapon proficiency, untrained improvisation, thorough search, robust health. Prescient planar. Here we go. Easy. Yep, prescient planar, hands down. Path to perfection, fortitude, reflex, or will. Okay, let's go back over here. Find our path to perfection. Choose your proficiency rank in the saving throws increases to master. Will feels right because it's my lowest one, but reflex feels the most thematic. So let me know, chat, if you've got any ideas on the path to perfection. I'm leaning towards reflex, but will would definitely balance this out a little bit. 8th level ability boost is gonna be Dex. Yep. 8th level class feats. Another stance. Kaiju stance. You become large and clumsy one. Jeez, mixed maneuver. Choose any 2 grapple, reposition, shove, and trip. Attempt both attacks you choose against the same or different creatures. Oh, mixed maneuvers. For sure. Fort. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's not a bad... I do always get sick, but... yeah, Cam, I think you're right. I think will save, under the mental pressure of having to set up and detonate explosives, create explosive concoctions on the move, keep a cool head in combat. Yeah, let's do will. I like will. All right, mixed maneuver and archetype is nothing else. So I guess advanced concoction. So alchemist feats. Smoke bomb, regurgitate mutagen. You redirect a mutagen within your body to spit a stream of stomach acid at a foe. 1d6 acid for every 2 levels you have. Basic reflex against class DC. Okay. Whoa. Numbing spice. That seems like some Dune shit. Inert to alchemy. Each successful saving throw against an alchemist poison, drug, or addiction reduces the save by 2. Improvise admixture. Fewer than your maximum vials, and you're holding or wearing an alchemist toolkit. You scrounge together enough ingredients to make more versatile vials on the fly. Attempt a crafting check. DC is standard difficulty. Number of vials you regain depends on the result of your check. Interesting. Okay. That could... that'll help us rebuild our supplies on the fly. I do like Farlaber. It's really hard to rule that one out. Fermenting recovers hit points. Farlaber, enduring alchemy. Okay. Chemical perfection. Alchemist fire, ghost charge. Bomb is 2 levels lower than your advanced alchemy. Develop a method to chemically purify and consecrate your bombs on the fly. Includes an additive mixture when you're crafting your alchemist fire ghost charge. We're gonna do Farlaber. I like it. We're just gonna increase our range because we can move real far. So let's get it. All right, and skill feat. Here we go. Armor assist. What else we have? Smoke bomb equals ninja vanish. Okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad call. I like it. Powerful leap is another one. Powerful leap. No, I think we're good. Specialty crafting. +1 circumstances to craft items of that type, so maybe. I mean, it'll give us a plus to our wall jump. Yep, wall jump. I don't even know why we're having this. Wall jump. All right, last level, level 9. We're just going to blow through this one. It is getting close to the end time here. Intelligence for sure, +4. What are we going to add? You know what? Let's add. Let's train in occultism. Yep, there we go. And skill increase will be, I mean, master crafting feels right. Yep. Master crafter. Okay, ancestry feat, cave climber. Nope. 46 hit points and 10 temporary hit points for 1 minute. Oh, wow. Okay, you recover 46 hit points and gain 10 temporary hit points for 1 minute. 15th level, you instead recover. Okay, so this is a once per day 2 action thing, which is pretty excellent. Cling. You hang on to a foe to harry them into submission. If your target moved while you're hanging... Yeah, okay. I mean, that's insane. Okay, so... Your last attack was a successful strike and you have a free hand. You can choose to move with the target. The target is released if you choose. Attempts to escape from a cling are made against your acrobatics DC. Okay, my acrobatics DC isn't super high because I'm only trained. Pride in arms. Maybe. Squad tactics. Working with allies. If your enemy's within reach and at least 2 of your allies, that enemy's off guard to you. Yeah, okay. Squad tactics. Let's do that. That looks good. Yeah, okay. So that's looking like a pretty good start. I know we said we might get into gear, but we did end up going all the way to level 9, which is as far as I'm prepared to take this character today. So thank you so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I really appreciate you in the chat. If you're watching this as a VOD on demand, thank you for checking it out. I have one more from 2 years ago. It was James Builds a Druid. And hopefully... I'm back a little bit sooner than 2027. I do have the next one in mind. If you're in our Discord, there was a vote of 2 for this one. So we'll be back in either March or April with the next one, which in this series, which will be a Ranger. So come with your Rangers ideas. If you're a patron, throw it in the patron lounge and we'll figure that out together. I'd like to sit down with a little bit more of a plan than this Hobgoblin Monk, but here we are, just about to hit 4 o'clock on the nose local time, which is great. Gives me about an hour before the hockey game starts. So thank you, creatures, for hanging out, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.